Christmas is right around the corner, and hopefully you've got all your goodies taken care of. But if you don't, we have a couple more ideas for you. Hi, Chaves County. I'm Tamara Schubert, your family consumer science educator for NMSU and Chaves County Cooperative Extension. And Christmas is there, and if you're like me, I'd like to do a little bit of DIY around the holidays. So if you haven't quite finished your decorating, we have a couple of cute ideas for you today, or at least one cute idea for you today. And if you don't use it this year, maybe you can use it next year. You do need a couple of things. You need a piece of scrap wood. I've already got mine cut. We're going to be making Christmas trees today. I just grabbed some plywood out of the scrap pile. You do want to cut it into a triangle, and the trick is to make sure that you don't cut it bigger than the paper that you're going to use. So these are great if you want to put them in varying heights or multiples at a time and attach them together. It makes them a little bit sturdier. But you will need some wood. I used mine aged because that's the look that we like in our house, but you can find whatever. You can sand it down, you can stain it, you can rust it up, whatever you would like. The great thing about making things at home, right? So you need some wood. You do need some of that scrapbook paper again. So depending on what you would like your trees to look like, you may have a couple of coordinating pieces that you would like to put. Today I've already cut mine, so I'm using some burgundy and some green because again, that's what our house is like. So you do want to take that paper, wrapping paper, whatever kind of paper you're using. I happen to have scrapbook paper. If you flip it face down, put your wood on top, and then we're going to trace an outline, and that's going to give us the basis for our cut. You do want to leave some wood outlining in however much you would like. So I peeked through quite a bit. I'm going to say over 1/2 inch on every side because I really like that old kind of wood look with this paper. The other thing that we're going to need to do is we need some Mod Podge. And most of us probably have some Mod Podge or something similar to it at home. If you don't, it's easy to do. You can use it with Elmer's glue and a little bit of water. It does not take much. So we want to use that Mod Podge and a paintbrush, sponge or paintbrush, either one, whatever works for you. And we are going to put Mod Podge down on our board first, and then we are going to Mod Podge over the top of our paper to keep it protected. And I am going to, because my wood is older, so it's going to soak a lot of this up. So I'm going to lay mine kind of thick on here to get a good base for the tree to attach to, the paper tree to attach to. And you guys can tell this is an older piece of board. It's got some holes in it, but we are going to cover up some of that with our paper, so it really didn't matter what it looked like. I have found that doing boards in the past, because Mod Podge and stuff dries clear, you do want to go all the way to the edge. If not, you will have whatever shows through will be a different color. Okay, so we have Mod Podge down on our board, and you can see that I went all the way to the edges so that it's all one color when it dries. We're going to take that paper that we cut out, and we're going to center it however much space we left, right, onto that paper, and we're just going to rub it. Your fingers are going to get a little bit sticky, but we want to rub it into place, and then we're going to go over the top of it. You do want to get that Mod Podge pretty thick on the bottom so that it adheres well when you stick your paper on. So we're going to put our paper on, and then we're going to go over the top of our paper, and that Mod Podge is going to act like a sealer for our paper as well, so that it doesn't easily rip or get caught on things. You do want to look, because it will, if you didn't get a good thick cover on the board, it will tend to wrinkle. So you do want to make sure that it's pressed in pretty good to that bottom. If you're using a paintbrush, you do want to watch if you miss any, like I just had a bristle of the paintbrush come off. And I'm using a blue paintbrush, so I don't want that in my Christmas tree. I am going to use my fingers, and we're going to press in to get all those wrinkles out and get those bristles out. So that it all adheres nicely. There's another one. So I did this on a big piece of board the other day with some cards that we got from our wedding, and it came out super cute. I didn't make a Christmas tree, but I did do a big heart and stuff. It came out super cute. So cards, greeting cards, things like that. If you've got leftovers, this is a great way to use them too. But you can see that it's coming down pretty good. We've got a couple more bristles that came off, so I'm going to pull those out so that you don't see those. But with the finger, it attached down pretty well, and it got all those wrinkles out. So it does take a little bit of time and maybe just a little bit of mess to get it all smoothed out. Once it is smoothed out, there's a couple of different options that you can do. That jute that we used last month, you can use that as well. Give it a little bit of decor on it. I happen to have some green ribbon sitting in my office. So we're going to go around the top of our tree a couple of times just to add a little bit of dimension to it. If you've got jingle bells and jute, really whatever, or you can leave them plain. You can trim them however you want. If you do things with me very often, you know that that is one of the things that I like about doing things at home. So you can stack them, you can make them different sizes, you can attach them together, but they make cute little tabletops, and they are easy on the budget and something that you can customize to your house. We hope that you enjoyed this year's Christmas, homemade Christmas, and have a great holiday. We will see you next year. It is National Creativity Month, so make sure you join us.